Hi guys, Sean here with PhotoDioxPro.com, and today I'm going to show you how to mount C-mount lenses on a Sony E-mount camera. Now this is a pretty cool little lens I picked up a couple years ago at an antique store. It was actually on a motion picture camera. I bought the camera, threw away the camera, kept the lens. It's a Bausch & Lomb 26mm f1.9 C-mount lens. And what I like about it is it's tiny and yet super fast. Now I can use this on a smaller sensor camera like a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera without any vignetting. On an E-mount camera I do get some vignetting, but today we're going to kind of take a look at some of the things you can do with this setup to make it work. First of all, let me show you how to mount it on a camera. Now to mount a C-mount lens on a Sony E-mount camera, you're going to need an adapter. In this case I'm using our very own PhotoDiox C-mount to Sony E-mount adapter. It's pretty simple. You just screw it on to the back of the C-mount lens. C-mount lens is threaded, so there you go. You're locked on. Now you just take the Sony camera, remove the body cap, find the red dot on the adapter, line it up with the white dot on the camera, and just screw it into place. There you go. Now you got your C-mount lens on your Sony E-mount camera. Let's take a look at some settings that'll work best with C-mount lenses. Now when you shoot in full frame mode, you get a lot of vignetting. It basically looks like you're shooting through a telescope. But as you can see, when you shoot in APS-C crop mode, the vignette becomes a lot more manageable. And actually, if you crop to 4:3 or a square format to get kind of that old-timey film look, the vignetting goes away altogether. And if you shoot in APS-C crop mode in 4K, like I'm doing right now, you can actually crop down to 1080 16:9 without losing any resolution. And if you're shooting this way, just kind of use the vignetting as a guide to see where you're going to crop and post. Now I've been using this lens camera combo a lot this month, and it's been really fun. It helps that I work for PhotoDiox, so I can borrow the amazing A7R II whenever I want to. But anyway, here are some photos and videos I've captured with this setup. And as you can see, I've often utilized the vignette as a framing element, or sometimes I've cropped in and kind of cropped out the vignette altogether. If you want to use the vignette in your shot rather than cropping it, one of the things you can do to reduce it is to open up the lens's aperture. This lens goes to f1.9, and as you can see, at 1.9 I'm getting a much softer vignette. It's more usable. You'll get way more shallow depth of field, but the vignette will be less obnoxious. If you want to include the vignette in your footage, and you're using a Sony camera with a stabilized sensor, you may want to consider turning the stabilization off. I have the stabilized sensor on in this shot, and as you can see, the vignette is moving a little bit as the sensor stabilizes the image, which is pretty distracting. I shot wide open at f1.9 in this footage to get a really nice shallow depth of field. But because I was shooting at 60 frames per second, I wanted the shutter speed to stay around 120 to keep a normal sense of motion. This meant I had to use an ND filter to cut the light coming in so my footage wouldn't be overexposed. I used a couple PhotoDiox step-up rings to adapt my PhotoDiox ND16 filter to this tiny lens, and that allowed me to shoot shallow depth of field. By adding a PhotoDiox Sony E-mount macro tube to this setup, I was also able to shoot macro photos and videos. Here's some results I got. Here at PhotoDiox, we love crazy old antique lenses, and I could go on and on about the C-mount lens and some of the other C-mount lenses I have in my collection. If you actually want to see a C-mount video we made for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, you can click right here. It's a pretty cool video, pretty thorough. But you know, I should probably wrap it up because, like I said, I could go on and on. So if you'd like to learn more about this C-mount to Sony E-mount adapter, click the link in the description below, and click right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get more videos just like this one. I'm Sean with PhotoDiox. Thanks for watching.